A great guy when he was White House doctor. And then I took another
Oh,
one.
he got Jackson's name right.
And one of them said they've never seen anybody ace him.
Thank you. President Biden?
You can see he is 6'5" and only 223 pounds, 235 pounds. Well, you said 6'4", 200. Well, anyway, anyway, just take a look at what he says.
Come on, you can't even
take a look at what he is.
You can't even.
Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. The reason I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie. He's a 6 handicap of all.
I was at 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8.
Never.
Yes.
You know how many,
Yes.
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Let's
not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to
21
Let's not act like children.
a specific concern. that voters have
Okay,
about you.
massive
Will
baby.
you pledge
Let's not
tonight
act like children.
that once
Now they're
all
talking
legal
about golf.
challenges
You
have been
guys.
exhausted,
You guys.
that you will accept the
This
results of this
is
election,
what
regardless of who
we
wins?
have. This is
And
what
you will say
American
right now that
duopoly
political
has
violence
wrought.
against Ukraine, which is now in its 3rd year. Former President Trump, Russian President Vladimir Putin says he'll only end this war if Russia keeps the Ukrainian territory it has already claimed and Ukraine abandons its bid to join NATO. Are Putin's terms acceptable to you?
First of all, our veterans and our soldiers can't stand this guy.
Shut
They can't
up!
stand him. They think he's the worst commander-in-chief, if that's what you call him,
Shut up!
that we've ever had. They can't stand him.
No.
So let's get that straight.
Okay. You
And they
got
like
to
me more
answer.
than just
They
about
like
any of
me.
them.
They love
And that's
me.
based on every single bit of information. As far as Russia and Ukraine, a lot of people are dead right now, much more than people know. You know, they talk about numbers. You can double those numbers, maybe triple those numbers. He did nothing to stop it. In fact, I think he encouraged Russia from going in. I'll tell you what happened. He was so bad with Afghanistan. It was such a horrible embarrassment, most embarrassing moment in the history of our country, that when Putin watched that and he saw the incompetence, that he should have fired those generals, like I fired the one that you mentioned, and too, we left American citizens behind. When Putin saw that, he said, you know what? I think we're going to go in and maybe take this was his dream. I talked to him about it, his dream. Ukraine, never. Just like Israel would have never.
I talked to Putin about his dream.
In a million years
Putin has his dream.
You know why?
It is to reclaim all of Ukraine. Think about Putin's dream, guys.
They ran out of money. They were broke.
I love when people are like, I'm a strong leader. In fact, I just like called Putin the other day.
That's why you had no terror at all
during
my administration.
Biden?
I've never heard so much malarkey in my whole life.
Woo! Malarkey, go.
We're in a situation where, let's take the last point first. Iran attacked American troops, caused brain damage for a number of these troops, and he did nothing about it. We got over 100,000 Americans and others out of Afghanistan.
But I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. I think it's very important.
Bullshit.
Follow your heart, but you have to get elected also, and because that has to do with other things. You
have to get elected.
The problem they have is they're radical, because they will take the life of a child in the 8th month, the 9th month, and even after birth. After birth.
Take everybody drink.
He said, we'll put the baby aside and we'll determine what we do with the baby.
Yes. When I got my baby, they gave it to me because I'm in a blue state.
And the country is
They gave me the baby and they were like, do you want to kill it or no? Kill or no kill. And there was like a button.
By the way, the Border Patrol endorsed my position. In addition to that, we found ourselves in a situation where when he was president, he was separating babies from their mothers, putting them in cages, making sure the families were separated. That's not the right way to go. What I've done since I've changed the law, what's happened? I've changed it in a way that now you're in a situation where there are 40% fewer people coming across the border illegally. That's better than when he left office.
Yeah, they've got a CBP app.
Until we get the total ban.
They've got an app. Talk about your app, man. You got an app that makes people wait on the other side.
Relative to what we can do with more border patrol.
In the union, because we don't have borders anymore. Every state is now a border. And because of his ridiculous insane and very stupid
How is every
policies,
state
people
a
are
border?
coming in and they're killing our citizens. at
No,
a
they're
level that
not.
we've
What are you
never seen. We
talking
call
about?
and you're reading it like these 3 incredible young girls over the last few days.
Incredible
One of them I
young
just spoke to
girls.
the mother, and he just had the funeral for this girl,
These
12 years old.
incredible
This
young
is
girls.
horrible
Oh,
what's
these are
taking place. What's taking
incredible
place in our country.
12-year-old
We're
girls.
literally
What the fuck are you talking
an
about?
uncivilized country now. He doesn't want it to be. He just doesn't know. And we have to get a lot of these people out, and we have to get them out fast because they're going to destroy our country. Just take a look at where they're living.
Shut up.
They're living in luxury hotels in New York City and other places.
Like the Trump
Our
Tower?
veterans are.
My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker. You're the loser.
Oh!
First of all, that was a made-up quote, suckers and losers. They made it up. It was in a third-rate magazine that's failing, like many of these magazines. He made that up. He put it in commercials. We've notified him. We've
notified him.
People that said I didn't say it. And think of this.
19 people.
That came from his son, Hunter. It wasn't Russia disinformation. He made up the suckers and losers, so he should apologize to me right now.
General Stranger was on your staff who said you said it, period. That's number one. And number two, the idea that I have to apologize to you for anything along the line. We've done more for veterans than any president has in American history. He went to every single court in the nation. I don't know how many cases, scores of cases, including the Supreme Court. And they said, no, this guy is responsible for doing what was done. He did do a damn thing. And these people should be in jail. And they should be the ones who are being held accountable. And he wants to let them all out. And now he says it again, such a whiny.
Is this our guy?
Bloodbath.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Okay, first of all, wait a minute. That was like really short. And also, why is this the guy?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. What you have done, how you've destroyed the lives of so many people when they ripped down Portland, when they ripped down. He's the one that killed people with the bad water, including based on every single bit of information. I think he encouraged Russia from going in. They're killing our citizens at a level that we've never seen before.
Why? Why would that be happening? Why would they be suddenly killing us at higher rates? Why would they make this journey, get into the United States just to commit a felony and get put in prison? I haven't heard any reason why that would be happening.
The whole world is blowing up. He opened the borders. Nobody's ever seen anything like.
And the border has never been closed. Now, how would we do that? It's not like there's doors in a wall. Plenty of people came in when Trump was president. Do you remember the kids in cages? Those cages weren't in Mexico. Families came in, and then Trump separated them, put the kids in cages. And 6 of those kids died. And those parents are still here in the U.S. trying to find their kids.
If we had a real president, the president that was respected by Putin, he would have never invaded Ukraine.
This is the type of bold-faced bullshit that Trump dished out through the entire debate, and generally over the last 8 years. You would think people could see through it. Maybe they can and don't care because of what Trump really stands for, keeping certain people out of the country. And also Trump is projecting and deflecting because he is aware that people did not respect him as president. The rest of the world was laughing at him. The thing about Putin, oh, come on. Putin's been planning. Putin is always planning to invade other countries. This has been the strategy of Russia for the last 70 years. They want to conquer the world as much as they can so no country gets in their way, like the United States and presidents like Biden and Obama who stood up to Putin. That is real respect. Putin could never respect someone like Trump, who during the debate talked about Putin's dream. Putin has a dream, to take over the world. Putin's puppet. Big league. All right, I could use some new subscribers to get my views up. I've got a unique view. I'm a smart person based on decades of experience and knowledge. And the world needs more of me. Also share the video, otherwise it's not going to get out at this rate. And share this message. If people don't get this election right and they succumb to Biden's superficial problems, which hasn't stopped him from getting a whole bunch of stuff done as president, and they put Trump back in office, then they're all going to have to learn the hard way of the mistake they made. And at that point, who knows if it's going to be too late.